Hello kids. Hi Bacha Party. Namaste and Salam Alaikum people. Hi, this is Mariya Khan, your master teacher of biology here at Vedantu. Guys, welcome to this session. And how are you all? चलो बच्चों बताओ मुझे कैसे हो आप सब. So I can see बदमाश सामे, अंकित पाल, कुणाल, रणवीर. Hi kiddos. So students, we are going to study Mendel's experiment today. So we have divided this topic into two parts, that is part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is today and part 2 is going to be tomorrow. And what all things are we going to cover up? Who was Mendel? What exactly were his contributions? Why he is known as the father of genetics? And what exactly was the experiment? And let's try to investigate. है ना? So here we go. Let's get started. Chalo. So here we start. So let's talk about Mendel, who is the father of genetics. Okay. Now, hi Amrita, Shaunak, Bhagyashri, Sara. How are you all? So I always say Mendel, the father of genetics, papa of genetics. Why is known so? Let's try to understand. But prior to that, I want to know how many of you are die-hard fan of AKR sir, Amrit sir, Anubha ma'am. Zaid Menti आज है, yes of course आज Menti है, and Amit sir, Ankana ma'am, Anubha ma'am. I'm pretty sure you all must be following us on the Vedantu's 910 Hindi channel as well. Correct? हाँ, भाग्यश्री महाराणा कह रही है मैम मैं हूँ मैं. Yes बच्चों. So for you all guys, that is from studying in grade 10. Okay, grade 10 वाले बच्चों के लिए we have this Drona batch 2. बच्चों, we launched Drona batch 1 just maybe 2 weeks back, and we had received overwhelming response. Seats सारे full हो चुके एकदम फटाफट से. Your exams are from 26th of April. You have entire March, almost entire April. So in these 2 months, you have 40 plus live sessions run or catered by your favorite master teachers. तो आपको पढ़ना नहीं है ऐसे fabulous teachers के साथ, ऐसे fabulous MTs के साथ, है ना? हाय प्रथमेश बड़े, कैसे हो बेटा? So प्रथमेश बड़े YouTube पे आके हमारे साथ जरूर पढ़े, okay? And platform पे भी आके जरूर पढ़े. And we will cover your entire term 2 revision. We will give you last minute tips and tricks, some amazing expert advice for writing your examinations. And the best thing is you get an opportunity to learn from your favorite master teachers. Hindi channel पे जो है. So use my coupon code, that is MAKPRO, Mac Pro, okay? MAKPRO, इसको चिपकाओ, okay? Apply this. And ये जो 3300 का कोर्स है ना, आपको अवेल होगा 2790. 10% ऑफ है आज के लिए, ऑफर सीमित है आज के लिए. ग्रैब योर सीट्स नाउ. एंड आई कैन सी 20 kids इन द लाइव सेशन. तो चलो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड एंड हियर वी गो. So Mohammad Zaid, who is always hungry for homework, he always says ma'am I need homework question. तो जैद ने वही आंसर कर दिया है. डोमिनेंट विच ऑलवेज गेट्स एक्सप्रेस्ड एंड द रिसेसिव आर द वन विच गेट्स suppressed or which do not express in the presence of other allele, right? और homozygous heterozygous ये भी उसने बताया है. So he is my official Chittu Candy for the day. And if you answer my questions which I ask at the end of the session, even you could be on this screen. So keep on answering in the comment sections, okay? So chalo, let's get started. So as you can see, he is Sir Gregor Johann Mendel. Okay, so he was an Augustinian priest and he was born in Austria. Okay, अब इन्हें हम father of genetics, papa of genetics क्यों कहते हैं? Why do we call him so? Let us try to understand. Okay, so the very first thing that his family was a nomadic family. They used to move from one place to another. Okay, and basically he had a flock of sheep, and he used to graze them from one place to another. Okay, and in his childhood he had done a course on gardening as well. Okay, and since childhood he had a flair for learning, he had a flair for teaching, कि खुद पढ़ते थे, सिखाने में भी मजा आता था उनको, तो बचपन से ऐसा जज्बा था that he somehow wanted to be a teacher. Okay, he completed his basic education in a monastery. Monastery, a place where monks receive their education, right? So he completed his basic education in a monastery. Now he wanted to pursue his higher studies, so he went to University of Vienna, where he graduated in maths and science both. See, nowadays you can either be a graduate in botany, or maybe in zoology, or maybe in physics or chemistry or maths. Club degrees is very rare, only selected to few universities. But yes, University of Vienna permitted him to take a dual degree in maths and science simultaneously. So he loved plants and animals. He had love for biology, but at the same time, he was also very good at numbers and calculations. But then, as I told you, he always had this desire to become a teacher. So he appeared for teaching certificate examination. जैसे हमारे इंडिया में वो बीएड की एग्जामिनेशन होती है ना, वंदना, something of that sorts. And he appeared, he failed, he reappeared, he failed. Basically after reattempts, when he realized कि हमसे ना हो पाएगा, that I won't be able to manage, I won't be able to crack it, he said, okay, let's go back to the monastery and let's continue pursuing our passion, that is teaching. I will teach to the students that are enrolled in the monastery. Okay, so that is how he satisfied his desire. But then we all have our plan B, right? So he too had his plan B. Now, as I said, he did a course in gardening when he was a child. So he grew some pea plants in the garden which was present at the backyard of that monastery. So he used to spend a lot of his spare time, free time in the garden of the monastery. Okay. He was so curious that some plants have some plants are really tall, some plants are dwarf, why not average? Some plants get yellow seeds, some plants get green seeds, yellow peas and green peas, why not any other color? He was very curious, just like with the coat color of mice, कि one coat color is black, the other one is white, why no other color? If we cross them, will I get zebra crossing, will I get Dalmatian pattern, what exactly will I get? And if I receive this kind of offsprings, why are they so? He actually wanted to investigate the reason behind it. Okay, तो भाई साहब ने क्या किया? He actually performed certain experiments on pea plant. Okay, pea plant. And when he performed experiments on pea plant, this was an experiment related to biology. But as I said that he was a geek in mathematics as well. He combined the knowledge of maths and science. He blended the knowledge of maths and science. We call it as interdisciplinary approach, right? So he used that kind of approach, and he repeated the experiments thousands of times. Literally, हजारों बार repeat कर लिया बंदे ने. And then he formulated three laws to understand how the factors which we today call it as genes, they have been passed from parents to the offsprings, how they are being inherited, how they are being expressed, and whatever investigations he did, they hold true till date. See, to understand the concept of a gene, one must know what is a cell, one must know what is a nucleus, one must know what's DNA, one must know what is a gene, one must know how these genes operate or function. But this particular scientist, Sir Gregor Johann Mendel, he did not cut plants. He did not take any sections and observed under any slide. He was not knowing what nucleus is. He was completely alien to the concept of genes because electron microscopes were not in the picture, right? And that's the reason why, without any massive investigation, just by observing the physical traits of a plant, he devised three laws which still hold true till date, and that's huge, remarkable, phenomenal. and hence he is known as the father of genetics. तो बोलो मेंडल बाबा की जय. चलो बच्चा पार्टी, spam in the chats, मेंडल बाबा की जय, है ना. So Mendel was a super amazing scientist, I must say, है ना. We must admire his work. Now if we can't admire, we have to study at least, because that's in our syllabus. Okay, तो चलो, let us understand that why Mendel chose pea plant. Now as I said that he had a huge garden in the backyard of the monastery, there would be many other plants as well, है ना. Why only pea plant? So this particular question is asked in your examination for probably how many marks? How many marks? 2 marks. Okay. And Akshat is saying, ma'am, regular classes, why? Means what, Akshat, regular classes? I did not get your point. Okay. So first of all, pea plant, it has a shorter life cycle. Now there are so many variants of pea. Okay, some are annual, some are perennial. Okay, but yes, the garden pea plant, it has a very short life cycle. जितना जल्दी उगता है ना, उतना जल्दी मर जाता है. So it will once you sow the seed, the plant will grow exponentially rapidly, then it will flower, then it will produce seeds, and then you may sow the seeds again and you get the next generation. So repeating the experiments was possible for him, right? Gaurang, I'm explaining. Okay, I'm explaining why Mendel chose pea plant. So point number 1, that the plant had a very shorter life cycle. Okay. Point number 2, the plant had bisexual flowers. Now when I say bisexual flower, okay, so if I draw that here is one flower, here is another flower. Okay, so usually plants have female part, okay, or plants have male parts, right? है ना? So this particular is a female plant and this particular is a male plant, right? But pea plant showed you both male as well as female members. So pea plant was something like this, 1, 2, 3, okay, and here, okay, okay, ठीक है. So it showed bisexual flowers. Okay, bisexual means male and female present both on the same plant. Okay, guys, excuse me for a moment. Guys, just a moment. I need to mute myself. Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so extremely sorry. Chalo, let's continue. Okay, so point number 1, that it has a very shorter life cycle. Point number 2, that it has bisexual flowers. It means it has male as well as female plant parts. So let's get started. मेरी आवाज आ रही है. Yeah, and then the plant allows self as well as cross pollination. Self pollination means that the pollen grains will transfer from the same flower or different flowers born on the same plant, and even cross pollination is possible, means from one flower to another flower. Okay, हाँ मैम, एग्जाम्पल ऑफ बाइसेक्सुअल rather than pea plant, बेटा प्रथमेश बड़े, hibiscus bisexual, mustard bisexual, pea plant bisexual. Most of the flowers that we have, they are bisexual only. Okay, ठीक है. So the plant allows self as well as cross pollination. It means hybridization experiments. Okay, hybridization experiments where possible. Okay, yep. Then the plant reproduced in large numbers. Reproduced in large numbers. It means more offsprings, greater number. You can sow them and you can observe them. So data validity became stronger. Okay, है ना? Right? And then most importantly, this is the most important point, that it showed 7 pair of contrasting characters. When I say contrasting, it is either this or that, nothing in between. For example, we say na pass or fail, nothing in between, right? Right, hai na? We say in or out, nothing in between. Likewise, he observed 7 pair of contrasting characters, nothing in between. Okay. For example, let us take one by one. Plant height, it is either tall or dwarf, nothing in between. Okay. Then flower color, it's either violet, also referred as red at times. Okay, red at times. Okay, and white. See, Mendel was not at all very choosy when it came to colors. Like if you ask me, I will say this is pink, this is dark pink, this is light pink, this is fluorescent pink, this is fuchsia. I will tell you n number of colors. But Mendel was very specific. Violet ho ya red ho, same category. Let me put them together. Because some plants actually showed violet flowers and some plants showed red flowers. He categorized them as one. Okay. And then flower position, it was either axial or terminal. So if I want to actually show you what's axial and terminal, let me show it to you here. Okay. For example, this is a twig. Okay. And this is another twig. Okay. So if the flowers emerge from here, okay, from the branch and the main stem, so such a flower position is known as axillary. But if they are born at the ends, okay, at the ends, then the flower position is terminal. So understood the meaning of axillary and terminal? Okay. So flower position was either axillary or terminal. Cool? Perfect. Then the next character was pod shape. Pod means the fruit that comes onto the plant. Okay, it's in this pod, मतलब it's in this form. जैसे कि हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना मटर की फल्ली, that फल्ली is what we call it as pod. So pod shape can be inflated. Inflated means filled with air. ठीक है, filled with air. Constricted. Constricted means you actually see some narrow constrictions happening. तो मटर के दाने का पूरा शेप दिख के आता है, राइट? तो मम्मा विल नेवर परचेज एन इन्फ्लेटेड वन, क्योंकि खोला तो लेस के पैकेट के जैसा हवा निकलेगा. कंस्ट्रिक्टेड इज लाइक you get to see the peas inside it, right? So we want peas, so inflated or constricted. Then pod color. Pod color is either green or white, ठीक है? And seed shape, it's either round or wrinkled, and seed color is either yellow or green. Okay, so let us see these characters. Okay, let me write characters. Okay, so we have 7 characters. Let's write seed color, seed shape. Okay, pod color, pod shape. Then flower color, flower shape. And then the last one is plant height. Beta, Mendel considered these 7 pair of contrasting characters. Okay, these 7. And you may observe the plant and note it down. Which all characters did you see? Okay, okay. So 7. Seed color, seed shape. Pod color, pod shape. Flower color, flower position, plant height. Say plant height. You. Once again. Seed color, seed shape. Pod color, pod shape. Flower color, flower position, plant height. Say plant height. You. Okay. So 7 pair of contrasting characters we have noted down. Now this is asked for a 3-mark question. So what else do we need to write? So in this characters, you observe traits. Okay, he observed traits. Every character has multiple traits. But he saw contrasting characters, right? So some traits were dominant and some were recessive. So how he identified that a trait is dominant or recessive? Depending upon its appearance or frequency. More the appearance, he considered it as dominant. Lesser frequency, he considered as recessive. Okay. So seed color. Let us begin with the favorite color, yellow. Yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. Yellow. Seed color, either yellow or green. Seed shape, either round or wrinkled. Okay. Pod color. So here we have to flip the color. So first we'll write green here and yellow on the other side. Okay. Pod shape, hara bhara, green, inflated, yellow, constricted. Okay. Then flower color, it's either purple or it's white. Then flower flower shape क्यों लिखा मैंने? Flower color, flower position. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So flower position, axillary or terminal. Okay. And the last one, plant height, is either tall or dwarf. Okay. Now dominant traits are always represented with an uppercase, right? So for yellow we will write capital Y. For round we will write capital R. So guys, you tell me, for green we will write capital G. For inflated we'll write capital I. For purple, instead of writing P, or if we consider red, if we write R, it will clash. So he used C for color. Okay. Axillary capital A and tall capital T. Okay. Now students, for the recessive traits, okay, for the recessive traits, we are not going to read what the recessive traits are. Rather, we'll simply write the lowercase of all the alphabets which we have used to represent the dominant traits. Okay? So for green we'll write small y. For wrinkled we'll write small r. For yellow we'll write small g. For constricted small I. For purple small c. For terminal small a. And dwarf small t. Now guys, this is very important because this is frequently asked in the examination. Why Mendel chose pea plant? Okay. And secondly, what was the name of pea plant? Okay, what was the name of the pea plant? So the name of the pea plant was Pisum sativum. Garden pea plant, Pisum sativum. So, once again, let's begin with the wrap. Seed color, seed shape. Pod color, pod shape. Flower color, flower position, plant. Height, say plant. Height, yo. So guys, will this table be useful to all of you? Will this table be useful to all of you? Tell me guys. Tell me. है ना? Yes, all sorted. Great Prathamesh. हाँ. Then, guys, let us understand monohybrid cross now. Okay. So, mono means one. So, he used one pair of contrasting characters and he crossed them. Okay. To obtain hybrid seeds or hybrid individuals. So, this is known as monohybrid cross. One pair of contrasting characters, cross the two individuals to obtain hybrid seeds. Monohybrid cross. So, let us write it down. Okay. So, first female plant and then male plant. Now the question is, ma'am, flowers are bisexual, so how male and female? So that's very interesting. So beta, for the female plant na, he removed all the anthers. He removed all the stamens basically, and he kept only and only the pistil present on the plant. So he made this plants as the female plant. Okay. Now for the male plant, what did he do? He removed the stamen again. वापस से male part को ही remove किया. He had cut the anther and he took the pollen grains on a paintbrush. ठीक है, on a paintbrush, and with the paintbrush he transferred over the stigma of the female flower. Understood? So this he considered as male plant and the other one as a female plant. Okay? ठीक है? No Tanishq. In both the cases, he removed male parts only, but for the female plant, he discarded the male parts, and for the male plant, he cut the anther to extract the pollen grains and he used the pollen grains to dust it on the plant. ठीक है? मैम क्या रिवर्स करके पिस्टिल के साथ ये प्रोसेस नहीं कर सकते थे? No बेटा. If we do that, the plant won't be able to complete the procedure of fertilization and seed formation post that. Okay, females are very important. So this is how he actually made the male and the female part. Okay, so now he took one plant which was pure tall, the other plant which was pure dwarf. Now you may write any which ways, मेल को टॉल, फीमेल को डॉफ, फीमेल को टॉल, मेल को डॉफ, तुम्हारा मर्जी जैसा चाहिए वैसे लिखो. ओके, सो ही क्रॉस दिस टू प्लांट्स ना, क्रॉस्ड, सो दे विल बिकम पेरेंट. सो दिस इज नोन एज पेरेंटल वन जनरेशन, P1 जनरेशन. ओके, ठीक है. मोहम्मद जिद बेटा फोकस, आई आंसर इट. ठीक है ना. एंड देन tall and dwarf is the physical appearance which we call it as the phenotype, but we are interested in the genetic constitution, that is the genotype. So genotype will be capital T, capital T. You will ask me ki why two capital T's? Yes Utsav, we have a mentee. So beta, one capital T from mama, the other capital T from papa. Organisms which reproduce sexually, they will always have two factors. Okay, so capital T, capital T. On the other side, we will have small t, small t. But Mendel wanted to produce their cross. Hybrid चाहिए था, बच्चे पैदा करने थे. So Mendel was more interested in gametes. So phenotype, genotype, gametes. So what will be the gametes? So guys, we know that when the gametes are formed, the chromosome number is reduced to half. The genes are reduced to half. So over here also, the factors will be reduced down to half. So we'll write capital T and encircle that, small t and encircle that. Why are we encircling it? To highlight that these are the gametes. That's the procedure. That's the condition. That's the compulsion. This is how we have to write it. Okay. So बेटा कैपिटल T अंडे में, स्मॉल t अंडे में. Okay. Now let's fuse these gametes. So let's fuse capital T and small t together. So we get capital T, small t. Mubarak ho, congratulations. Tall offsprings are born. अरे भाई बच्चा पैदा हो गया. Yes, बच्चा. So offsprings are known as philia. So this is known as filial one generation. Okay. So here is the genotype and the other one is the phenotype. Now Mendel actually kept scratching his head. Oh my god, that one parent was tall and the other was dwarf. If I obtained 1000 seeds, I expected that there would be 500 tall plants, 500 dwarf. But no, it is like all of them are tall. At least there would have been 999 tall and 1 dwarf. मेरे दिल को थोड़ा तसल्ली होता. Mendel was like really restless after seeing this result, after seeing this observation. So he thought, कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. So he actually extended his experiment further and he took parental generation 2. Okay, sorry, I should not be writing it this way. So he made P2 generation, that is parental 2 generation, where he did selfing. Guys, what is selfing? It's not selfie. Selfing is self-pollination. He did self-pollination in F1 generation. ठीक है? So let us see how he did self-pollination in F1 generation. So let's take P2 generation where he did self-pollination in F1 generation. So F1 generation का genotype was capital T, small t. He did self-pollination, means the same genotype will be repeated on the other side as well. Correct? Now that we have written the genotype, let us also write the gametes. So now, some time ago I said that when gametes are formed, the chromosome number is reduced to half. So it can be capital T or it can be small t. You will say, ma'am, क्या लिखूं मैं? If we write capital T, small t will feel bad. If we write small t, capital T will get angry. So we'll write both of them. So let's write capital T अंडे में, small t अंडे में. On the other side as well, capital T अंडे में, small t अंडे में. Okay? ठीक है? Now let's fuse these andas. Let's fuse. So capital T, capital T with capital T. So congratulations, लंबू प्लांट पैदा हो गया. Okay, Prathamesh, just because he obtained same type of plants in F1 generation, he did self-pollination. Okay, ठीक है, so as to check the purity of the plants. Then capital T with small t. Congratulations again, दूसरा लंबू बच्चा पैदा हो गया, another tall plant. ठीक है, then small t, capital T. Are we allowed to write it this way? No. Capital T, it's elder, it's dominant. बड़े भैया को इज्जत पहले देने की. Okay, so always write capital T, small t. Congratulations, तीसरा लंबू बच्चा पैदा हो गया. Okay, third tall offspring is born. And finally, small t, small t. Oh, Mubaraka ji, Mubaraka, our Chutko is born here. A dwarf plant is born, right? So, guys, this is our F2 generation. Correct? Correct? So now, there was another scientist whose name was Punnett. Punnett said, it's very weird to see all these lines crisscrossing. I don't want to see such a mess, just the way we see in a food web, everything is interconnected. No, let's keep it simple. So Punnett recommended कि why not make a square in which the data can be represented in a much better manner. So he said कि let's draw a Punnett square. Okay, so chalo, let us draw Punnett square. Okay, so here we go. हट भाई, चलो let's draw it. Okay, हाँ चलो. So 1, 2, 3. So the number of gametes, okay, the number of gametes, you add one number to that, and then those many rows or columns you have to draw. For example, we had 2 gametes, so plus 1, 3. We will write, we'll draw 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, ठीक है, चलो. So let us write female gamete on one side, male gamete on the other side. Capital T, small t. Repeat, capital T, small t. So we have written the gametes. Okay. Now fuse them. Capital T, tall. Capital T, small t, tall again. Capital T, small t, tall again. Small t, dwarf. Right? So, beta, so if we see, we got 2 different ratios. One is the phenotypic ratio and the other one is genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio और genotypic ratio. जैसा भी pronounce करना है आपकी मर्जी. I call it as phenotypic and genotypic. So let's write down the phenotypic ratio. That's the ratio of physical appearance. So we got tall plants and we got dwarf plants. So tall are 3 and dwarf is 1. So the ratio is 3:1. अब आंसर खत्म होने के बाद you have to pack the answer in a box. Okay, using scale and pencil. That's the ideal way of presenting the data. Okay, ideal way of presenting the data. ठीक है? Yep. There is no lag beta. There it's lagging only for you. ठीक है? Yeah. Then let's write down the genotypic ratio. That's pure tall is to hybrid tall is to pure dwarf is equals to 1:2:1. Right? So pack the answer in a box. ठीक है? ठीक है? All good? Perfect. So now we know the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio. So beta, he repeated these experiments with all the 7 pair of contrasting characters to ensure that is it the same thing or a different story. Okay, and to just summarize it, this is the well represented data. So he did selfing, that's self-pollination. In the F1 generation individual, that is the hybrid individuals, and he obtained 3 tall is to 1 dwarf, right? So that is the phenotypic and the genotypic ratio for you all. Okay guys, I hope that's clear. Now, before we could jump on to Menti, I would again like to pitch you about Drona 2 batch run by our Hindi channel MTs. Okay, Hindi channel MTs, AKR sir, Anubha ma'am, then Ankana ma'am, Amit sir, Amrit sir, and we also have Harsh Priyam sir. तो इनसे पढ़ना चाहते हो अगर, तो the link has been given in the description box. So let me take you to the link before I take you to the Menti. Okay, है ना? So this is my ongoing session, right? So let us scroll down and let us see what's there in the description box. Minimize करती हूँ मैं खुद को थोड़ा सा. Okay, so can you see this Drona CBSE Class 10 revision enrollment link? Click on that. Enroll कर ही लो. I'll tell you why. Entire term 2 का syllabus for all 6 subjects, physics, chem, bio, English, maths, SS, notes replace, subject wise test, important tips and tricks to crack your board examinations. And Prathamesh Bade, I am there in Udan batch for grade 9. Okay, है ना? एंड प्रथमेश बेटा, आप जहाँ से पढ़ना चाहो वहाँ से पढ़ो. आप वाईटी पे पढ़ना चाहते हो वाईटी पे पढ़ो, आप हमारे लॉन्ग टर्म में पढ़ना चाहते हो आप लॉन्ग टर्म पे पढ़ो, कहीं पे भी रहो, वेदांतु के साथ रहो. दैट इज व्हाट आई से, है ना? एंड मैम अभी लेने से ये लेट नहीं होगा क्या? नहीं उत्सव, द्रोणा 1 वाज देयर, ठीक है. नाउ वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद द्रोणा 2, द्रोणा पार्ट 2. तो नया बैच शुरू होने वाला है, एनरोल करा लो जल्दी से, ठीक है. यप. एंड if we see that there are light and classic, okay, with all the features I'll say light is better. With my coupon code you get additional 10% discount. So 3500 ka course is offered to you at just 2970 only with my coupon code. So guys, this is just a one day offer. Grab your seats now. This golden opportunity will not be available again and again. Rather meri bhanji hai Angel, I am going to enroll her ASAP. मतलब सेशन के बाद में मैं तुरंत एनरोल कराने वाली हूँ, ठीक है. सो उत्सव, यूज माय कूपन कोड दैट इज MAKPRO मैक प्रो टू अवेल द डिस्काउंट. ओके, ठीक है. सो व्हेन यू स्क्रॉल डाउन, व्हेन यू क्लिक ऑन टू बाय कंप्लीट कोर्स, द कूपन कोड गेट्स ऑटो अप्लाइड. इफ इट इज नॉट अप्लाइड यू कैन टाइप MAKPRO मैक प्रो. ओके, एंड सब्सक्राइब. दैट इज ऑल आई कैन से. एंड चलो वापस से आते हैं हम हमारे मेंटी पे. शैल वी स्टार्ट? मेंटी रेडी? आर यू ऑल गाइज मेंटी रेडी? हाँ दिखाती हूँ ना मैं, इसे टेंशन ना लो, मेंटी दिखाती हूँ मैं. सो चलो हियर वी गो. 84350999. जल्दी. Come on guys. Come on. I can see 3 kids have joined in. Only 3. Come on. I can see 16 kids in the live session. So chalo, call your friends, ask everyone to join in. Everyone. चलो join in. Guys, it's Menti time. सिर्फ 7 बच्चे जुड़े हैं भाई, 13 बच्चे हमारे साथ. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Come on. Ask your friends to join in. चैट पे भी कोई दिख नहीं रहा मुझे, ऐसे क्यों? हाँ अब दिखा. हाँ चलो ज्वाइन इन फास्ट. मोहम्मद जैद इज द घोस्ट. प्रथमेश इज हियर. आदित्य. चलो everyone. So I hope guys you understood whatever has been taught by me today. Okay, chalo. Most are using a single phone na. Chalo. Thanks Prathamesh. So here we start on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get started. Okay. Sure. Gregor Mendel, who is known as the father of genetics, was an होना चाहिए. Austrian biology teacher, Austrian monk, Austrian mathematician, Austrian scientist. Who was he? चलो I'll give you a hint. He completed his education in a monastery. तो कौन थे ये? उत्सव, join in please बेटा, join in. Go to menti.com, put in the code 843509999. Slow claps. ओ भाई मारो मुझे, मारो मुझे. बेटा, he failed the teacher certificate examination multiple times, so he was not a teacher. Okay, he was not a mathematician. Okay, he was not even a scientist. He was an Augustinian priest, a monk. He used to teach in a monastery. Okay, बस ऐसे ही. ठीक है. हाँ. Any which ways, this is not going to be a part of your examination. This was just because I told you a simple story related to Mendel, तो I thought ठीक है ना, Mendel की कुंडली थोड़ी सी जान ही लेते हैं. So let's see the leaderboard. Thank you for giving incorrect answers. Pratibha, Anushka, Adit, Amrit, Ayushi, Prathamesh, Zaid. Bio became easy because of you. Thank you, Zaid. Qaed from class 10, Shaunak from class 9, and Tamizvan. Great. Chalo. So, second question, again on the life story of Mendel. Okay, be ready, guys. Your time starts on the count of 3, 2, 1. Ahead. Chalo. Mendel performed his famous experiments of heredity on. अब ये गलत गया ना, तो मैंने तो इस शेर को कच्चा खा जाना है. I'll eat this शेर raw. Maize, castor, garden, pea plant, mirabilis jalappa. बताओ. Maize, castor, garden, pea, mirabilis. जल्दी. Satya, I am not interested in eating this share. Garden pea plant. Yes, it's garden pea plant. Okay. And thank you, Prathamesh. So, Bacha Party, the answer is garden pea plant. Okay. That's Pisum sativum, belonging to the family Fabaceae. By the way, they won't ask you kaun si family hai. Okay. ठीक है. Then, let's see the leaderboard here. Congrats, Amrita, Ayushi, Ishan, Utsav, Adit, Shaunak, Prathamesh, Anushka, Pratibha, pre-boards from March 3rd. Yes, practical examinations, right? All the best, beta. Om, hi ma'am, hi बच्चा. And Om मेरे भाई का नाम है ओमकार, है ना, तो आप मेरे भी भाई हो गए. ओम. मेंटी स्टक. मोहम्मद जैद, ऐसी दुर्घटना आप ही के साथ क्यों होती है? Why only you, Zaid? Third question, flashing on your screens now. ठीक है. चलो. Mendel's study of heredity was different from his predecessors as he used what? कैसा इनका स्टडी अलग था? How it was different? Because he used pea plant, or he blended the knowledge of bio and chem, or blended the knowledge of bio and math. None of the options are correct. चलो बताओ. मैम कोई ये पूछता है क्या कि स्पायरोगैरा में ही फ्रेगमेंटेशन क्यों होती है? I can tell you that, beta, Vandana, when Spirogyra grows and matures up, na, so due to internal force, the filaments or the fragments break from the adjacent interconnected cell walls and it breaks. It is not breaking due to external force. It might break, but yes, as it matures it breaks on its own, and in regeneration it gets accidentally cut. That's the primary difference. वंदना किसी ने पूछा नहीं, लेकिन आपने पूछ लिया तो मैंने बता दिया, आप भी क्या याद रखोगे? ओ भाई, ओ भाई, दिस आंसर इज सो शॉकिंग. बच्चों, व्हाट? फुल बंदोबस्त टू सेंड मी टू कोमा, है ना? एक बच्चे ने इज्जत रखी है मेरी, एक आदित्य. रेस्ट ऑल आर लाइक मैम बेटर यू ईट दिस शेर खान, है ना? सच्ची में मारिया इज सेइंग मारो मुझे, मारो. ओ भाई मारो. माय नेम विल बी चेंज टू मारिया टू मारियो, सुपर मारियो. हाँ, सो बच्चों लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू. ही डिड experiments on pea plant biology. He devised the ratio, monohybrid, I mean phenotypic ratio, genotypic ratio, that was mathematics. So he blended the knowledge of maths and science, maths and biology. Chamka, Chamka, Subhash, Vandana, Bharadwaj, Prathamesh, Adit, everyone. थोड़ा सा getting it? Okay, yeah, चलो आगे. OMG, look at this, Adit. Record breaking, wow. So Adit, Amrita, Ayushi, Ishan, Utsav, Shaunak, Prathamesh, Anushka, Pratibha, Om, congrats. So you all guys are amazing. Azan aa gaya nahi, Azan aaya aur gaya. He came like a wind, he ran like storm. Next question. Flashing on your screens. Okay, chalo. The term used to describe gene by Mendel during experiments. Mendel used which term? Factors, traits, characters, qualities. What? What? Come on. So today the term we know is genes, but Mendel used dash term to explain genes. Factor, traits, characters, qualities. अब ये this is important from your examination point of view, okay? I repeated multiple times, n number of times. A pair of factors, a pair of genes, a pair of factors, a pair of genes. Genes, factors, factors, genes. Genes, factors, factors, genes. Guys, even if you forget my name, that's absolutely okay, but you should not forget this. You should not forget this. That today we know the term gene. Guys, the gene term was introduced in 20th century. Mendel performed his experiments in 19th century. And he used the term factors. Yes, बच्चे झुकेंगे ना. And Mariya says, मैं रोएगा ना. Ma'am, what is this question? I think Ananya sir came up to पक्का. हाँ. Prathamesh Bade says, what's your name? Beta, my name is Khan, Mariya Khan from the epiglottis. हाँ. Yes, by the way, Ananya sir is soon going to visit my place. And he is not canned juice because he is going to get some juice for me. Okay? Haan. So sir is not canned juice. He is going to get some juice for me. Haan. Pushpa Selina का सर है. चलो. नहीं 9 बजे नहीं. 7:30 he is going to come. So ईशान, उत्सव, अनुष्का, अदित, अमृता, यू मैम, आयुषी, शौनक, प्रथमेश बड़े, प्रतिभा, congrats, congrats, congrats. And here we go. हाँ नहीं, sir is my प्यारे पड़ोसी and I treat him like my younger brother and we share a very great bond. So yes, he is special to me and I am special to him and we keep meeting often. So chalo, last question flashing on your screens now. Okay, which of the following is heterozygous? Heterozygous. Capital R, small t, capital T, capital T, small t. Vandana, because I am his elder sister, na. बच्चों, अगर ये गलत कर दिया ना, कसम खुदा की कुछ नहीं करूंगी मैं. Have you seen the slides in reproduction, childhood, adolescence, adult? The graph, it grows this way. That is what we see here. Small t, capital T, capital T, small t. Akkad bakkad bambebo, 80, 90, पूरे 100. अरे what is this man? What is this? हाँ, कोमड़ी का पीस. बच्चों, ऐसा नहीं चलता है. Homo means same. Hetero means different. So if you see capital R, same. Capital T, same. Small t also same. But capital T and small t, we are not the same, bro. And that's the reason why that's heterozygous. Chamka. Guys, the previous session, that is which I took yesterday, I covered up all the basic terms related to, अरे इसको क्या हुआ? Basic terms related to genetics. Do watch that session and come back. Okay? So congratulations Anushka, you are my official Chintu candy for the day. Anushka भी सोच रही होगी how I managed to be on the top position, है ना? So congratulations. And today's session was literally in real sense a roller coaster ride, and that is what I want to make you realize, that this chapter seems easy but it's not. This chapter makes you feel wow, this is like a cakewalk, but it's not. You feel like मैं तो सब कर सकता है, but that's not true. But if you attend my sessions wholeheartedly, that can be transformed into reality. So stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, hit on the bell icon, attend my sessions sincerely. प्रथमेश बड़े, मैं आपका नाम बड़े प्यार से लेती हूँ, बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं प्रथमेश बड़े. Okay, and in this entire week I am going to cover this chapter, so stay tuned. Okay, and now it's the homework time, Zed's का favorite segment time, है ना? So let me use another color. What will be the genotypic ratio in F2 generation when a plant with axillary flowers is crossed with terminal flowering plant? Okay, that's your homework. Okay, यारिशो says मारिया खान, कभी कभी तो लगता है अपुनिज भगवान है. Yes. My smile is like an acid. Now beta, this particular comment is like, shall I take it as a compliment or shall I take it कि it is like the snake spits the venom ना, कि when Mariya Ma'am smiles, it's spitting venom, कि जला देता है सबको. मेरा बायो में 2 मार्क्स उड़ गया. बेटा कोई बात नहीं उत्सव, boards are vital, boards are crucial and that's detrimental. So please work hard, study harder, stay focused, stay dedicated, and what else should I say? Bacha party, enroll with us Drona batch 2, run by all the Hindi channel teachers of Vedantu's 9th and 10th, and use my coupon code MACPRO to avail 10% additional discount, and offer valid only for the day. And that's it for the day. Dhanyavad. Let's meet in the next session. Like, share, subscribe video. Answer in the comment section. And Allah Hafiz. Milo Wapis. And keep watching Vedantu. And ma'am, where diagrams are to be given for questions? Yes, beta, wherever possible, always support your answer with a diagram or with examples or with something that supports it for any question that's asked for 3 marks or more than that. I hope that clarifies. Okay. Hi Utsav. अच्छा मैम, माई हाई प्लीज. हाई बोल दिया तो आगे चीटिंग कर टू AKR सर. ठीक है, मैं बोलेगा हाई टू AKR सर. चलो बाय बाय बच्चा पार्टी. लव यू ऑल. गॉड ब्लेस यू. टेक केयर. अल्लाह हाफिज. मिलो हाफिज एंड कीप वाचिंग Vedantu. बाय बाय.